I learned early not to get into those high stake card games. He said, because I wasn't playing with Jordan. They was over there playing $25,000, $30,000 a hand. He was like, man, he said, you talking to a dude who's 32nd pick in the NBA draft. So after I bought that Escalade and bought them gold chains, I was broke. So, but again, you give a young person a big pile of money, they spending it because you couldn't have told Gilbert Arenas, man, you are on fire right now. And by the time you turn 25, your career is going to be over. Your career is going to last from the time you're 19 until you're 25. You couldn't have told Gilbert Arenas that. You couldn't tell nobody that. So that means Zion Williamson needs to be saving his money.
Right.
So no, you don't think that way. You don't become a big time athlete thinking that way. And when you got guys sitting around talking about, well, they should be smarter. No, they shouldn't. Why should I be smarter? And I'm raggedy. I was raised raggedy as a roach, 30 cents away from a quarter. And now you hand me a check that says $30 million, and nobody told me that this dude gonna get 5% and this dude gonna get 25%, and then because I'm in a ridiculously high tax bracket, that $20 million is really 10, and off that 10, I got to get this dude $2.5 million. I got to get this dude $4 million. Now I'm down to $3 million, but I'm spending like I got 20. So, or if you don't pay your taxes, you got to pay them in 3 years. Huh?
And then you got to pay 3 years. I say yes, that's when you go broke. If you wait for the 3 years, you got to pay 3 years worth of taxes.
Right. So, that's why I'm looking a lot of these young boys get beat. But the music industry, if you ask me, that's where you get raped the hardest, man. That's where you get raped the hardest because music and just the raw. Yeah, you start off in the hole. They hand you $1 million check and then you still paying handlers and all those dudes. And no, they should. Hold on one second. My man Patar say they should be smarter. Yeah, that sounds good from a 49-year-old man. But when you were 19, you were not thinking about looking into what happened before. Your whole mentality is, I've made it. I can't look at people. I can't look at the world through the eyes of a 50-year-old man. I can't. If you would have handed me, and I didn't grow up in a horrible situation. My mother worked at what they used to call a good government job. My mother grew up and I wasn't struggling. I wasn't raggedy. I used to get extra money from the state of Illinois because of my dad. So I think I was a pretty together guy. And if you'd have handed me $20 million, I don't think I would have had $20 million worth of value in the year 2000. I know I would have bought all kinds of stupid ass things.
Exactly, but then that's when, like, truthfully, the crazy part about it is that's when those veterans are supposed to come in. Like those older guys, like, granted, you a 19-year-old not gonna listen to everything you're saying, but if I knew you was a young guy, you got all this money, that's when the veterans supposed to come in like, hey, young fella.
Watch this though, Joe. Who's the veteran on the Bulls? Who's the veteran on the Orlando Magic?
That's when the veterans are supposed to come into play. So if you don't have one of your
okay. What's your favorite basketball team? What's your favorite basketball team?
Yes, the Bulls.
The Bulls. Who's the veteran dude on the Bulls?
At this point, man, nobody.
Who's the veteran dude last year? Who's the veteran dude in 2012? It's a league full of 20-somethings. They got that's what I be saying. They purposely get rid of these dudes, and then you're stuck in a cycle of poverty. Because, like you said, Rick Mahorn, I heard Rick Mahorn say this on his radio show on NBA radio. He used to grab 3 or 4 rookies and buy them suits. Charles Oakley used to say, I've heard Charles Oakley say that. But the Rick Mahorns and the Charles Oakleys and the whoever's throughout the league, they've slowly been filtered out the league. And then you got a bunch of dudes between the age of 23 and 19. And then you get the lucky LeBron, you get the lucky Kevin Durant, You get the Steph Curry with the dad who's in the NBA and the Klay Thompson, and they didn't blow that money, but yeah, that's just like saying Oprah and Michael Jordan and Bill Cosby not broke. Why the black community broke? So I refuse to believe the fact that all of veterans are gone by happenstance. And that's why I was saying the Pata. Yes, they are. And see, you know what? Let's address that. The NBA, I'm going to stand on what I said last week. I do believe most basketball players are pussies. And because you can fight well, don't mean you're not a pussy. Because you big and strong and powerful, don't mean you're not a pussy. There's some things that Gilbert Arenas said on Shannon Sharp's show today lets me know I was right. Jerry Stackhouse got 12,000 in the hole in me, and because he was big and strong, I let him pay me $2,000. The fact that it's a bunch of NBA players talking about they scared of somebody. You're a grown man afraid of somebody. That's pussy shit. Telling the police that Shaq do what he do. That's pussy shit. Not liking Kobe because he not hanging on your coattails. That's pussy shit. Creating stories about David Robinson didn't sign your autograph and host to make yourself look good. Pussy shit. Hey, you don't hear a bunch of dudes in the NFL doing that. You don't see a bunch of dudes in the MLB doing that. Pussy shit. So you could be the biggest, baddest, strongest, incredible Hulk Hogan looking this dude and still be a pussy. Back to the regularly scheduled program. But you're not from Chicago. I know things about that dude. I know his cousins. I know things about him that you don't know. But I'm not. You can bring up anybody you want. But some of y'all favorite dudes in the National Basketball Association are pussies. From the 80s, they was pussies. In the 90s, they was pussies. In the 2000s, they pussies. In the 10s, and we going into the 20s, and they still some pussies. Just because you big and bad don't make you not a pussy. Period. When you run around here snitching and get mad, all you have to do is listen to the Shannon Sharp interview and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But again, it is what it is. Everybody entitled to their opinion. Everybody got them. They all stink. I'm standing on mine. One thing I don't like about what's going on, Floyd Mayweather is signed on for another sparring match. But see, again, this is why these leagues, in my opinion, Jordan, you can express your opinion. I think you do this. This is why I think another reason that boxing is dying. And these leagues lose popularity all the time because the NBA built an entire league around one dude, knowing that dude is gonna dissipate at some point. His skills would diminish. Look, you don't do that. That's one thing about the NFL, how they maintain their popularity. The NFL is never going to be Tom Brady's league. It's never going to be Peyton Manning's league. It was never Walter Payton, Lawrence Taylor's league. It was the Giants. That's how you do it. You can get your money, but it's our league. And boxing is doing the same thing. You continue to push Mayweather out there, push him out there. Now he fighting Jake from YouTube's brother as an exhibition. Why don't you focus all your energy on Tank Davis, Crawford, this guy, that guy? Why don't you do that instead of you're gonna keep putting Floyd Mayweather out there? Eventually he may get beat, and then what? Oh well, he ain't undefeated no more. Yeah, at the 4,000 or 5,000 years old. It's your thoughts, man. I'm listening.
I was actually surprised by seeing that. As far as I know, Mayweather's supposed to be done. As far as I know, he wasn't fighting no more for nobody. And now they bring him back out there. Maybe it's about the money. Of course it's about the money. It's making even the casual fans of Jordan beat. I'm not buying that fight. I'm not going to pay my money to see that trash. So At this point, I'm done with it. I'm done with Mayweather and his escapades. And like you said, eventually, hopefully he'll lose, but I don't care. I won't be watching. I'll see it on sports the next day. You know it's gonna lead it.
And I'm with you. But the thing is, if you don't just think about it like this. Well, it's RC said, and I saw it earlier. 1.4 million people watched this Roy Jones Mike Tyson debacle, right? You don't think 1.4 million people gonna watch this Floyd Mayweather thing? At $50 a pop? Oh, it's 2.4? There you go. That's what I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is, no.
Oh, you said
1.4 for the Roy Jones and Tyson fight. What I'm saying is, for the Floyd Mayweather, it might be 2.4.
Right. So you're right. Because everybody at this point, everybody loves Mike Tyson, and at this point, everybody loves Roy Jones Jr. But when you got somebody that everybody hates and there's people praying that he lose, Floyd Mayweather fool around make $200 million off this for kicking this dude's ass. Because at the end of the day, if nothing else, that Nate Robinson situation showed you, if you ain't ready, don't come here. This is not a game. This is not a game. This is a honest to God fight. Because one thing I noticed about the end of that fight, Roy Jones was breathing like he had played 50 straight full court basketball games. And Mike Tyson was wiping sweat off himself. So if two of the greatest and one of them could be insanely winded, just like Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor at one point was a bad mofo. But he got in the ring boxing against one of the greatest boxers ever. And these dudes, Mayweather Jr. and Senior, showed to the ring without a cut, man. And Senior had a suit on because they knew this is an ass whooping. I don't care what you do, you can't whoop me, man. Because this is what I do. You might be able to throw some hands in the MMA and do that to some dudes who can't box, but I can box.
I tell you.
Right. And it's just a sad commentary, man. But again, the community at large likes things like this because they like to sit back and laugh. They like to sit back and I told you so, and that was crazy. And you wasted your time and money. But it's been going on for years. Muhammad Ali fought Lala Zato. So it's just sad commentary, man. But that was I think that was a Muhammad Ali. He was probably out on his money because he had been through 2 or 3 divorces, child support. People had beat him out of scratch type of deal. But these dudes got unlimited funds. Floyd Mayweather worth probably about $750 million at this point. So, what you doing, man? But if they offering me $15, $20, $30 million to go whip on some bum, it'd be hard for me to say, nah, man, I don't feel like not trying to earn $50 million.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. I ain't gonna go see it. It's a joke. It's a farce. And it is what it is. Moving on. Let me see. The NBA is starting in a couple weeks, man. John Wall has recently been sent packing from Washington, left on the class act side of the game. Salute to John Wall. He could have acted a fool, but he didn't. Salute to that brother. Because he could have been on some little kid shit and, oh man, fuck y'all, I'll give you my heart. He left on the class act side of the game. And Russell Westbrook did the same. Who won this trade? Is there a winner or is there an advantage? What are your thoughts on the trade?
I don't think there's no advantage either way, because of the fact that Westbrook is overall the skills are diminished in regards to what we knew him to be. So there's really not much there in regards to what I feel for him more. In regards to John Wall, my man ain't played basketball in 3 years. So I mean, if he can come back and give us a glimpse of what he was, then yeah, I might move over to the future side when we trade. But then it also depends on